So now we want to set up our render nodes, right? So to with these cars, if we go up here, and if you remember correctly, this time shift, you can see we're starting 5 frames before the start of the bridge simulation. Okay, so we need to correct for that. So this is, you know, for the first five frames, they're not following, or they're not doing anything. So we need to shift them forward again. So we drop another time shift. Underneath the blast is fine. And then click on that to see the $F, and then just do, instead of -5, +5. Okay, so we're going back 5 frames here, and now we're going forward 5 frames. So that was just to allow the cars to settle a bit before the animation of the bridge started. Now, drop a note. Remember, this was just for visualization. We don't need to see that. In fact, we can just delete it now. Connect this up here. Out cars, why not? And then come out here. Let's generate a new geometry node. Let's make this green as well, because we're not actually doing anything with that. Put it up there, and then these, I'm going to put them, oh, let's make it the same color as this, since we're importing stuff. What color is that? That one, I think. Let's put it there. And then all the render nodes will be at the bottom here. So let's make them red. And we'll call this cars, oops. Cars render. Okay, and then dive inside, object merge, and then bring in the cars. So find that outs that we just made. Out cars. And there they are. Press C, by the way, to get this color thing up. C, or you can see the button there. Now, let's do the same for the bridge. Okay, so let's do another geometry node. Bridge render again, and I think we've already got out set up here. So we got here out bridge sim render, so we want to grab that. So I'm just going to, I can just copy it in case, you know, you have other nulls like out bridge or out sim, things like that. Just to be clear, Control C on this. Object merge in here, and then into the object, Control V. And there's our bridge. Okay, I'm going to drop another object merge. So we need to grab the cables and the static area of the bridge as well. So if you remember right at the beginning, in the bridge import, we have this bridge out static area. So that's the outside of that boolean that we did ages ago. So that's this part. Okay, that kind of bit at the edge will be in the background of some of your shots. Okay. Grab another object merge for the cables. We'll render all of these together since the materials apply to the whole thing. So I believe, I'm not certain, so let's go and have a look what we call those outs for those cables. Let me escape this. Turn off the dust. We don't need to see that right now. We don't need to see the cars right now. But I do want to go in here and just go to the bottom. So our top cable cache, Control C on that. And then paste that in here. Okay, and then find the horizontal, oops, sorry, the vertical cables. Go to the bottom here, Control C there, come out, back into, where are you, bridge render, and then one more object merge. And Control V on that. Okay, so now let's merge all of these together. Okay, and then we're going to apply the materials. So we need to come back out here, go into that material nodes, find this bridge one. Control C on that. And then back into, I'm just going to make this red. It's annoying me that's not the same color as that. See, dive in there. And Control V. You can see all of the material paths are set up with the shop area. So again, make sure it's connected up there. And if we visualize that, we'll get an error. And if we look at the error, you can see it says base is not a group, pylon is not a group, wallway, I think that's supposed to be walkway, is not a group. So we're looking for this group base, group pylon, and group wallway. And if we go into the geometry spreadsheet and we look at the shop material path that we already have, if I come up here actually to the merge, you can see we've already got a shop material path, but it's not a path, it's those group names. We've got pylon, base, wallway, and that's it, right? So what we need groups based on, see, this neutral gray is coming from this, where there's no group applied, all right? So where there's nothing, it will work. Where there's not already a shop material path. It's overwriting everything there, actually. So what we need is, we need to make groups from this attribute. And the way that we can do that is with a partition. Sub, okay. And this will be on the primitives, and the rule, we're just going to use the at shop underscore material path. Okay, if we do that, still doesn't work. So you can see, I think we don't have those groups, so we'll need to put in backticks here so that this is kind of, there we go. I think we see them now. Pylon, group outside. No, sorry. These are groups from the simulation wallway. I can see pylon. Yeah, it's all working. So sometimes you need backticks in a parameter window to say kind of do this. Okay, and then it will kind of configure that. It's hard to explain. Sometimes when it's almost like it's an expression and you're looking for the values that you're typing in here. Okay. But that will work for us now, so that will give us a new shop material path, which will go into that shop area and connect up the materials for us correctly, which I don't think we'll see in the scene view, but we will once we start rendering this.